Hello, my name is Alan Bigelow. I'm the Program and Science Director at Solar Cookers International, and I'm going to present about some of our ongoing work at Kakuma Refugee Camp in Kenya. Solar Cookers International, or SCI, is a nonprofit organization based in Sacramento, California, and since 1987 has been a leader in the solar cooking sector. SCI is connected with hundreds of collaborators around the world, and collectively, we're working to reach the 2.4 billion people still cooking over open fires. SCI has a strategic plan that has three main buckets of activity: capacity building, advocacy, and research. SCI also has updated its mission statement, which is included here on this slide. Kakuma Refugee Camp is located in northwest Kenya in a barren but extremely sunny environment, ideal for solar cooking. So for this story, going back to 2017, SCI met Eco-Mandate Foundation at the 6th SCI World Conference in India. So that started building a relationship which has become very trusted, and now we are in the 5th annual cycle of our collaborative work between SCI, Eco-Mandate Foundation, and the refugees. So for this year, for this cycle, we have 60 standard size Ulog box cookers that are involved. These were all manufactured in Kenya by Kenyans and using material available in Kenya for cooking regional food in Kakuma. So keeping things local, we also have many best practices involved. Inclusive design, where we listen for feedback from the users. We include refugee women solar cooking champions as trainers. We include follow-up, extremely important, and monitoring and evaluation, plus product testing. Through our collaborators, we've learned that the camp administrators are not able to supply adequate cooking fuel for the refugees. So the refugees are left to either purchase cooking fuel with cash or to barter some of their food rations for cooking fuel. For those that purchase cooking fuel, we understand that families of about 7 people will spend $23 USD on cooking fuel per month. The high levels of solar energy available at Kakuma bring the opportunity for solar cooking. In this cycle, we're using 60 open source designs of the standard size Ulog solar oven. This design is available freely online, including on the SCI Solar Cooking Wiki. Now these are modified for the environment. Notice the additional metal layer around the cooker to protect it given the harsh conditions at Kakuma. Also, each box is marked with an identification number and a phone number for technical support. At the beginning of each work cycle, a team of enumerators conducts the quick needs assessment. They visit homes of potential participants to assess the need and desire, essentially to gauge the interest level and the suitability of solar cooking for these individuals. So from the homes that they visit, they gather information, including pictures of existing cook stoves. And from this group of surveyed individuals, the participants are selected. Training is an absolutely essential component for a successful solar cooking initiative. This cycle, we're including a solar cooking champion from the last cycle, a woman living with disability. She's effective at communicating with the other refugees. She shares her experiences solar cooking, her recipes. Effectively, she's able to gain trust with the new solar cooks. Again, an essential component for a successful initiative. During the training session, the refugees learn fundamentals about solar cooking, such as black cookware is effective at absorbing sunlight and transforming sunlight energy to heat. They also contribute their own cookware to this initiative. This is part of how the refugees give to this initiative and support it. The distribution phase of this initiative is an exciting time, especially for the refugees. They're receiving their first solar cooking appliance. During this time, they also answer questions, baseline questions that will be a part of the Adoption and Impact Survey. Along with training, follow-up is also a crucial component of a successful solar cooking initiative. I'm going to show 3 slides that each have a series of images where you'll see the participants' existing cooking solution before they got a solar cooker, then the picture showing them at the time they received their solar oven, followed by 2 more pictures where they've been using the solar cooker after some time and showing off some of the food that they've cooked. It can be fascinating to follow these images. Essentially, they're capturing someone's life being transformed by having now a solar cooker. Along with these images, we also are receiving video, which I won't be showing today. However, I can let you know that these new solar cooks have a lot to say about the solar cooker and how it's changing their lives. Essentially, this is valuable, constructive feedback that we can use toward our next cycles. In this initiative, we're using SCI's Adoption and Impact Survey as a tool for monitoring and evaluation. With this survey, we're able to gather 2 time points of information, so that information before the individuals had a solar cooker, and then at several months afterward, where they've gathered expertise and are up and running with their solar oven. It's very interesting to note the economic savings of someone who's using a solar cooker. And this can be a fantastic positive feedback mechanism for the user themselves, which can encourage more use of the solar cooker. In addition to the local view of evidence-based results at Kakuma, SCI also takes a global view of solar cooking worldwide in part of its advocacy work. With tracking the number of solar cookers worldwide based on what is reported and what we understand, this can also be translated into other units such as people directly impacted, number of meals cooked, and also the amount of carbon dioxide reduced over the lifetime of the solar cookers. Taking things further, SCI has compiled solar cooking impact summaries. These summaries will take into account the avoided health and environmental costs that can happen because of solar cooking and how that can reduce cooking over open fires. For Kenya, if the population cooking with polluting fuels switched to using solar cookers 1/4 of the time, Kenya could save over $2 billion annually through avoided health and environmental costs. As part of SCI's research program, we developed the Performance Evaluation Process, or PEP, as a platform for measuring solar cooker performance. In addition, we've now equipped the University of Nairobi Stove Testing Center with the capacity for testing solar cookers. They have used that method, which is based on ISO standards, to measure both the standard size oolog and the family size oolog, which was used in previous cycles, to measure the standard cooking power in watts. Once written permission is given by a manufacturer, in this case Eco-Mandate Foundation, SCI will post the PEP results reports on its website. And in return, the manufacturer gets the rights to use this PEP tested logo on their product pages, etc. And I encourage you all to look into these reports. They're freely available on our website, and they give a lot more detail about the cooker beyond the standard cooking power value. You can get a sense of what the capacity of the cooker is. You can get a view of the daily conditions by what was recorded, and it gives you really a sense of the heating time as well. So take a look. If you haven't already, please do connect with SCI. There are a number of ways that you can connect with SCI, and we can work together to further the global solar cooking movement. Thank you all all very much, and thank you, Celestino.